Starting stream. Are we connected? And we are connected. Where's the picture? There it is. Alright.
Alright.
Let's get this out to the universe to see now that we officially have a...
This is Ringo Starr.
Get this out to the world. Wait for a few people to join the stream.
Hello everybody, it is Ringo Starr. And my pupper is in the back room barking because she don't know how to shut up.
Alright, we're starting to get people. This
Yes,
works.
baby. Don't be a Lagman baby. Someone should tell my dog to shut up, baby.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh yeah, we're getting views now.
Awesome.
This is the first people.
Dio just jumps in. Ah! Suddenly, that stream goes out.
Come back to life. Come back to life.
Dio,
Good job,
fix
D-Wall.
it.
Good job, D-Wall.
Ah!
It's back. It's back.
It's back.
Don't die.
We got the stream back. Come to live stream. Okay, there we go.
Bring me to life. Bring me up inside. Anyways.
Ooh, we got some major views now. Alright. We do have a match card to announce. Sadly, I don't have any special graphics for you guys, but I promise they will be. There's a reason this show has taken so long to get done. Mostly because I just got my move done, but besides that, I'm MTBHAK, D-Wall is somewhere, the dog is somewhere.
Ah! Big dog! Ah!
Big dog! And of course, Mr. SRH and MTBHKK, the founders of TPGW, coming to you live.
The godfathers of TPGW. In any event,
6 years, SRH. 6 years. Dave, 6 years.
6 years.
I've been doing YouTube for longer, but TPGW 6 years.
I've been doing CAW for longer.
Yeah, but yeah, you gotta feel that TPGW kind of holds a special place, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was the first league that, you know, I had partaken in that got any ground, that pretty much gained any ground, in any traction, and also just
Followed by WFS, like, comment, and subscribe.
It gave the guys that we wanted to see up there with the Malik Browns, the Smokies,
and now you've got the
Kevin
Malik
Cashes.
Browns and the Smokies and the...
Tony's.
This all started after I messaged Dave, who knew me a little bit at the time but didn't know me that well. And I said, Dave, I need your help to make a wrestling league.
And initially, you just wanted it to be just a machinima.
I did.
That's all you wanted. And I'm like, dude, like, why not just go all out and make it a full-fledged league?
And I said, okay, and then we came up with the idea to base characters off of people, and it was awesome. And 6 years later, we are at California Beach Bash, the 6-year anniversary show. And it is going to be incredible. This is going to be the biggest TPGW card ever.
Of course, until Revolution comes around.
Until Crossroads, and then until Revolution.
Yeah.
But whenever everybody knows me, when I go big, I go big. Hence why when I did an Iron Man match, I made a freaking 60-minute Iron Man match that was balls-ass crazy. I made
Yeah.
By God, it's John Blackhouse in the chat.
Oh God, Black Toast, what up, man?
Which, by the way, Blackhouse, after the stream, I gotta talk to you personally. But besides that, because I have a proposition for you, my man. But besides that, we do have a little something to talk about. And that is the TPGW card. Now, before we officially announce the California Beach Bash card, there is one thing to announce, and that will be, even though I said in my previous video over on the TPGW channel, there will be one show before this, and that will be a 5-match Super Fury that will include men and women. From TPGW's history. This Super Fury will certainly have some interesting concepts. But SRH, I do believe the time has come to announce the actual card for the show.
Yes, indeed.
And we're going to go ahead and start off with the pre-show.
You want to do the honors?
I would love to. The first match of the pre-show will, of course, be a women's bout.
And Vpoc's gonna like this one.
Yep.
It has 2 of his bays in it.
That's right. Bo Dennis goes
A bay and
one-on-one
a
with the
bow.
woman she's been screwing out of matches as of late, Crystal Marsh.
And a classic tale of the bay and the bow.
Yes. And while these two will have one match on the Super Fury, their third bout in their Best of 7 series will be at the California Beach Bash pre-show. So they're pulling double duty.
Yeah.
As Jay Cruz and Ryan Slender will face off. And then, of course, now all SRH sees is Battle Royal for the main event, featuring Caitlin Cunningham, Roxanne Quinn, Winter Rain, Allison Simone, Ruby Darkmore, and Marion Andrews. Here's the catch. The winner of that match will advance to TPGW Crossroads to face the winner of a second Battle Royal that will take place at Eastern Invasion. And the 2 winners of these Battle Royals will compete against each other for the revitalized for the women's division TPGW Intercontinental Championship.
Wait. The women are getting the revitalized Intercontinental Championship?
They are.
Huh. I'll be.
This is a championship that under the TPWF banner back in the day was held by guys like Wade Radical, Dr. Dream, and of course the current VW World Champion Kevin Cash, who was the first man to hold it. Now it's the women's turn to give this title an opportunity, and one of these women will advance to Crossroads to compete for that title.
Yep. So, ladies, just letting you know, Intercontinental titles in most leagues are considered the workhorse title. So strap on your boots and kick some booty.
Indeed. But now I do believe we have a California Beach Bash card to announce. And I forgot to put one match down for you, Mr. SRH.
Damn it, man.
Wade Radical is now the Underground Internet Champion.
So that means he's doing an open challenge.
No, he's not.
No?
No.
Really?
For you see, there is still one threat looming over the landscape of TPGW so long as he still has it, and Landkrieg is going to be teaming with Wade Radical and Thunderlord Mashney to try and stop it in a 3-on-1 Reality War handicap match against Roman Reigns.
Speaking of big dog guys, we got the Thunder Lord versus the Big Dog.
And personally, I can hardly wait to see the three of them stomp all over that big dog.
I personally can't obliterate them. You forget, doesn't he have the Infinity Claw Gauntlet?
He has the Infinity Claw Gauntlet and 1 stone so far.
Well, I mean, good luck.
Yes. But of course, as with all big TPGW shows, there was always a debut. And this debuting wrestler will take on Andrew Tanaka, a former Euro-American champion, former hardcore champion. In one-on-one action in the opening bout of California Beach Bash.
Are you going to be ambiguous with this?
Well, let's just say it's going to be very interesting to see who it is.
I take that as a yes.
And speaking of big dogs from earlier, much to Mr. SRH's confusion, as well as everyone else's, the cult has been following around a particular wrestler from the men's division of TPGW. That, of course, being Charles. And at California Beach Bash, Charles will give his answer as to whether or not he will be joining the cult or not. At California Beach Bash. But of course that's not all, as the Tag Team Championships will be on the line as well. As the new guards Taylor Blaze and Patrick Wolf put their titles on the line against the major players.
Now that I'm gonna call it right now. That's gonna be a barn burner. I mean, I'm almost positive all these matches are gonna be barn burners, but I'm gonna say that match in particular is gonna be a barn burner. Yeah, just given the pedigree of the teams that are competing in that match, the major players has been around for a good. They know what it's like to win championships. Yeah, they've had a bit of a slump lately, but I mean, clearly they're in contention against Blaze and Wolf. So, you know, I got nothing but hope.
Indeed, and what an opportunity for the major players to possibly win Tag Team Gold in TPGW for the first time. They almost did last year at Crossroads, but unfortunately lost to Johnny Mike and Stray Meeks. Now, with that being said, I think this is going to be a huge blockbuster match, this next one, as the TPGW Euro-American Championship is on the line. For the first time ever, the definitive Soul Reaper will go one-on-one with the premier athlete, Dante Styles.
Money is raining down as we know it. Not just when people see the match in the arena, but also, I mean, come on, that's a money-making match right there.
Indeed, Soul Reaper versus Dante Styles for the Euro-American Championship.
Although I'd be a little bit scared if I were Dante. I mean, just because. Here's why. Soul Reaper has entered a zone that he has not been in again, a decade. We've seen bits and pieces of it over the past few months. And while yes, everyone knows what Dante did, which caused a certain AMS Academy leader to kind of change her style and change her moveset. But I mean, the thing that Dante needs to be worried about is Reaper has done worse.
He has. He really has.
And I don't want to imagine what Reaper is willing to do to Dante.
But that's
You can pile drive somebody. You can pile drive somebody and change their mindset. But Reaper's crazy.
right now he is. Let's not forget what he did to Malrine and Olympus. Malrine's gonna still be on the shelf for a very, very long time after that.
Yeah.
But we got to move on and talk about a match that's very personal and that is years and years in the making. The final showdown between these two. I cannot emphasize final enough.
Fine.
After spearing his partner after a loss to the New Guard at Olympus, it's official. Jason Collins will go one-on-one with Doug King. A one-on-one match. These two have battled for years, over the 6-year course of TPGW, and this rivalry culminates at the 6-year anniversary show. Now, with that being said, what's your predictions for Collins versus King, SRH?
I've gotten to know Jason Collins over the 6 years that we've been doing this, more so than Doug King, and I know quite well what Jason Collins is capable of doing, is willing to do. This is a different Jason Collins than I'm used to, and I do think that the Maverick Missile is going to pierce the Wubstep Master.
And with that being said, I would just like to point out that as of lately, we're moving on to the next match, the Cruiserweight Championship has kind of been in a hot potato situation, hasn't it?
A little bit.
At first, no one could get it off Patrick Wolf, then Frost had it for a while, and then Xander had it, then Frost had it, then Adonis Creed had it, and now Jimmy Hawk has it. Well, with Frost preoccupied with a different match, which we'll announce later, this is a match that is certainly going to be interesting because we're either going to have a retaining champion or 5 possible new champions, ladder match style. As the Cruiserweight Championship is on the line, Jimmy Hawk will defend the Cruiserweight Championship against former champions Adonis Creed, Xander, as well as Mark Hancock, Mercury Maximus, and El Navino.
I mean, the possibilities could be endless. I should say more cliche things, right? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know, though.
Let's just say there's going to be some crazy high-flying stuff that's going to go down, and I am
Considering there's ladders. Considering there's freaking ladders everywhere. Yes, there's going to be chaos. Especially knowing Xander, who is probably an assistant to chaos.
Hey, we can't forget. Hey, we can't count out El Navino either. Good Lord.
Oh, I know.
And not to mention Adonis Creed and Jimmy Hawk, who have come up from practically the ultimate underdog status to become the current and the former Cruiserweight champion, respectively.
That's also true.
Mercury Maximus is also driven as well. He's been going after that Cruiserweight championship for over a year now. And Mark Hancock is without a doubt the wild card in that.
Yeah, give or take.
Indeed, Navino, you very well could take that title, but
What do you mean? What silence? I said you were great. If that's silence, then I would hate to hear your definition of an applause.
anyway, we have to move on to the Hardcore Championship match, and this is a story that has been building ever since this man's debut. This man has taken on every member of the New Guard except for one. Every original member, I should say. Alex Blood. He went to Olympus and he won the Hardcore Championship, and the bait is set for the father of the New Guard, and he has taken it. In an Extreme Rules match at California Beach Bash, the 6-year anniversary show, Alex Blood will defend the TPGW Hardcore Championship against Tony Gordon.
You want to know who my money's on? My money is on... Here's a question. Are the New Guard banned from...
They are not. They are not banned from ringside.
And it's a hardcore match.
Uh-huh.
My money's going towards Tony Gordon to win. Just considering the circumstances surrounding. I mean, Tony Gordon pretty much has a wave of momentum behind him anyways. If not in TPGW, definitely in WFS, where he is the current World Heavyweight Champion. So I do think Alex Blood's going to need backup. Definitely. And if not, well, then he's going to need a miracle. Maybe open up a book and pray.
Indeed. And this match was announced at Olympus, this next one. After a successful title defense against Captain Marvel, Jennifer Cruel knows who her opponent is now. Jennifer Cruel will defend the TPGW Diamonds World Championship against the Runapar Rebel, the Antichrist of virtual wrestling, Revy.
And this is Revy's... when she lost the belt, did she?
What'd you say, SRH? You cut out there for a sec.
Isn't this Revy's rematch?
It is. This is Revy's rematch.
That she didn't get a chance to get early in the year. Am I wrong for saying that?
That's right. Revy's once again making waves all over. Let's not forget she also, like VPOC pointed out in the chat, she stole the UCWL Women's Championship as well, but...
You know what, VPOC? Maybe you should talk to Phil Coulson about getting some decent security. Because clearly, you guys got a problem with people and stealing belts.
Well, speaking of VPOC, let's just say the Hardcore Championship match isn't going to be the only Extreme Rules match at California Beach Bash. I'm making it, it's been made official. Matt Farrow will defend the Triple Crown Championship in an Extreme Rules match against Vincent Cipriani. That's right, I said Vincent Cipriani.
I heard you.
So what do you think? Are we going to get 9 seconds again?
You know what? I'm gonna give you something you won't expect. 8 seconds.
Boy.
I think he's gonna be the Daniel Bryan in that match and just lose in 8 seconds.
9-second man.
Backing vocals from Dio.
But unlike with
Man.
Hello, D-Wall.
Just like my dates with Bo Dennis.
But
I see VPOC raging in the chat. Okay. Um...
You okay, Matt?
I'm just watching VPOC in the chat. It's quite hilarious. Anyway. Okay.
I'm saying I'm dead.
All right.
I'm a 9-second man.
Now, as I was saying, unlike the Hardcore Championship match, the family will be banned from ringside for this. But that's because the family's going to be a little bit busy in another match. Now, Matt Farrow's not been the only target of Vincent Cipriani and the family as of late. There's certainly been another person over here in TPGW who's been a target of them, and he is going to get his hands on one member of the family. I announced this just a few minutes ago. As the Violence Party, Malik Brown will go one-on-one with the Mixed Martial Arts General, George Alpine.
That's another match I think is going to be a barn burner. No doubt. Yeah, just considering Georgie is great in the ring. Like I don't care who you are, you might not like what he does, might not like what he chose to do in his career as of late, but that man can work. That man can get business done. And when he's going up against another man who has had controversial choices in his career, some that you like, MTV, some that other people don't, but has also been one of the toughest workers in virtual wrestling today. You got a recipe for a classic.
Indeed. That's gonna be whew. But we're gonna move away from the men for a second now. And we're gonna talk about some other women's matches. We already know about the Marquee Diamonds Championship match, but there are some other marquee women's matches. After all, every championship, minus the Underground Internet titles, on the line. Which includes the TPGW Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, the Cult have held those titles since they won them last year at Crossroads, almost a year ago. This time, it may be a little bit harder to hang on to him, though. As the Cult will defend these championships against not one, not two, not three, not four, but 5 women's teams in a women's tag team turmoil match. Now, the participating women's teams in this will be Devil Jin and Kirara, Satan's Ballroom, Shelly B and Nicole, Silver and Black, June Tiger and Zelda, Skyward Twilight. The combined team of Mystic Angel and Ivy Embers and the VWU Queens of Wrestling Tag Team Champions, Black Widow and Daisy Quake Johnson, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. SRH, what do you think? Oh, looks like we lost him. But yep, that's going to be one hell of a challenge. But that's not the only challenge. Now, some people can remember the controversial ending at Olympus to the Genesis Championship match. Well, it's not going to be that controversial anymore. The 3 women to ever hold the Genesis Championship will go at it in a triple threat match for the Genesis title, as Elizabeth Priza will defend it against Ovana and Trish. Now, Priza, of course, now represents Pantheon. So Ovana and Trish both are going to have eyes in the back of their head. Now, moving on from that match, I know SRH wanted to announce this, but he appears to have disappeared. So I believe I must do this. As, for the first time ever on the TPGW show, the WFS Uncaged Championship will be on the line in a championship rematch, as Samantha Hart will defend it against Tia Benson. This rivalry comes to a head at long last at California Beach Bash. WFS has always been practically the sister show to the sister brand to TPGW. And guys, I am more than honored to be we are more than honored to be representing it at California Beach Bash. Now, before I announce the 2 biggest matches on the card, I have to announce one more. I guess these are the 3 biggest matches on the card. After laying waste to the runner-up of the King of the Ring tournament, a certain runner-up is going to be teaming up with his Pantheon brethren to take on those assaulters. Or I might as well just say it, Ashura versus Pantheon, in a 6-man elimination tag team match. It will be representing Pantheon, Frost, Aaron Wilkins, and the Primal Warrior Smokey versus Cody Lee, Dave Dyer, and the Nightmare, Duncan Vermill. That Hit Kid's exactly right there in the chat. It is gang warfare. But that's not all that California Beach Bash is going to be about. It's also a night of firsts. We've already heard of debuts. We've already heard of turmoil matches, Extreme Rules matches, ladder matches, questions to be answered, rivalries to be settled. And one of the top women's titles in all of virtual wrestling to be on the line, as Kitty White will attempt to win the Queens of Wrestling Championship against Akira Yukimura. Akira versus Kitty. for the Queens of Wrestling Championship. Now that is going to be incredible. And to point out, this will be the final defense of the Queens of Wrestling Championship before Queens of Wrestling 4. So be ready for one hell of a ride. And with that being said, there is the main event. The gang warfare was attributed by many groups, but it all came down to particularly two teams in particular. Pantheon and the New Guard. Wrestlers are grouping up, guys. It is starting, TPGW is starting to become a battlefield. And at the center of it is the top championship in TPGW, the TPGW World Title. The War God of Pantheon, Rex Titus, will defend the TPGW World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of California Beach Bash against the 2018 King of the Ring winner and the man who's calling himself now the King of the New Guard, Tommy Ventura. Now Ventura and Rex have both been on tears lately. Rex due to Pantheon, and Ventura due to pure wrestling skill, and the New Guard a little bit as well. But a surprise backup from Trish isn't going to save him against Rex. This is going to be one of the biggest cards in TPGW history, if not the biggest. And before I sign off, I just want to say to everybody, guys, it's been 6 years. Thank you. It's the people who watch this, the people who stick by, the people who mark out for the people. I once heard a guy who said he marked out when he saw Matt Farrow hit the Eye of Raw. It was like, people mark out for that. I've had a pizza delivery guy come up and say, "Oh, hey, I know you. You're MTB. You do TPGW." Which I've never expected that to ever happen. Despite all the drama, despite all the workloads, despite all this, wrestling is what I love, guys, and you have made this incredibly worth it. I've been MTB to HKK for SRH and anyone else who's been in this crazy stream. And we'll see you guys at the 6-year anniversary show. Booyaka!